Okay, hello everyone, this is Mr. Ronan here again, and the October patch is nigh. It's coming out on Friday, and we're probably going to get the patch notes soon, so I thought I'd go over a bunch of community threads and see what people are really asking for the October patch, because, it has been hyped up for quite a while, by the devs, as the big October patch, so, we should check what people are actually wanting. And I'm not going to read through all of these, because some people are hella passionate about what they want and they write a lot. But I think there's some obvious things here that we hear a lot that are good to go over. So, an interesting one he puts first: projectiles aren't counter hit when punished on recovery frames, which is an interesting one to say because that projectiles are one of the things that they've confirmed they're going to be reworking. They haven't said too much about the October patch yet, but I'm pretty sure they've confirmed that they are going to be reworking projectile special moves and grounded overheads, as well as a few other things, which we'll talk about later. This guy also wants wall damage to get an indicator so that the cracks... Oh, yeah. That's kind of interesting. Have the cracks appear as you do your combos, even when you're not at the wall, so you can see when it's about to break. Interesting idea, because I think a lot of people get really triggered by the wall break mechanic for some reason. I don't really mind it, but... maybe that'll just make some people happy. Increase the wall regeneration. Okay, yeah, this guy doesn't really like the walls too much. Instant block gets an extra frame or two of leniency, and then FD should be mappable. So, those are also things that they have said they are going to rework in the October patch. The instant block and flawless defense. Mainly the flawless defense of what they've mentioned so far, but I imagine that instant block is going to get touched as well, because this October patch is where they said they're going to make a lot of core gameplay mechanic changes, and not just character specific changes. So I think instant block is obviously going to fall under that, and they're just like everyone's asking, they're going to give it an extra frame or two of leniency, because basically everyone who's talked about what they want in the patch has said this, pros and non-pros alike. And flawless defense, yeah, we don't exactly know what they're going to do for flawless defense, but they have said they're planning on reworking how flawless defense works and changing it up a bit. This guy says he wants it to be mappable, to make flawless defense air dash easier. But yeah, I'm interested to see where they go with that. Also, this guy's kind of on the money. Rework how input buffering works with huge counter... Okay, minus the counter hits, but they are changing how input buffering works. That's, I think, the last confirmed change that they've said so far. So they're changing how, something to do with input windows and, input buffering. And I imagine that has to do with reversals on wake up and on block. Because, a lot of people complain about how there's only a 2-frame reversal window and it's like so hard to get things, and it's weird that no other game is like that, has it so hard to do, reversals. And people be complaining that that's why defense is so weak in this game. People are saying that defense is so bad and you've got no options. Now people are concluding that it's probably due to the fact that using your reversals is really hard. So I imagine that they're going to add a few extra frames of input window or buffer reversal window, whatever. Big hit overdrives like Rams, slightly more negative. Yeah, that makes sense, because, the ones that are massive the entire screen, some of them are like plus on block, like Enos. And I like Enos, though. Don't change it, please. I'm just kidding. Flawless defense breaking. Yeah. Buff hits done on counter hit jump-ins. Make the change hit a lot. Okay, this guy writes a lot. I'm just going to skim through it because there's also people that posted their own comments under this. I do agree with this one. Adjust knockbacks on air-to-air hits so that you can get combos off of them, because characters like Giovanna and Kai, I think those are the examples he uses as well. Oh yeah, Milia is the super obvious one. But yeah, Kai and Gio can pull off, pretty consistent air-to-air conversions. Like when Giovanna gets like an air dust or an air kick or something, she can usually do a dash up into kick and get a combo off of it. But a lot of characters in the game, when they get like anti-air hit you out of the air with an air button, they don't really get anything unless they have air special moves or something. Like, for example, Anji. If you hit someone with an air-to-air heavy slash, like they just get bonked onto the ground, and literally you have no chance of getting anything unless you RC. If you air to air like P, you just, get the few P hits. If you air to slash, maybe you can get a combo if you're near the corner, but also quite unlikely. And if you do dust, then you'll get the bounce off the wall if you're by the wall. But a lot of characters don't even have that privilege that Anji has. So yeah, that's actually a change I really agree with. I'd like to see air to airs be a little bit more helpful. Just corner knockback on some attacks. Yeah, okay. Less meter penalty on YRC. Oh, so yeah, some people are also asking for 25% meters, so like where you only spend a quarter of your meter bar to do certain things like YRCs. He was also talking about staggers, but then they argue about that in the comments for ages. And some RC combos should scale better. Not sure about that one. Yeah, this guy's just saying he wants more characters to get kind of what Anji did in this patch. And I know Anji mains are gonna complain. Anji mains are always complaining. But you know how he got those changes with his Fujin, with his Kara Fujin and stuff. And even though they weren't huge buffs, they did open him up with a lot more freedom and give him a lot more options, and that's what this person's asking for, and I totally agree with that. I think it's good to give characters more options, and I think the Anji example is a prime example of that, giving characters without more options, without making them like crazy or way more overpowered. You can just change them, switch them up a little bit, give them some more options so they, have different things to do, and I think that's just makes the game more fun all around. And then this guy's talking about staggers and whatever, and how he sucks at stagger reactions and blah blah blah. This guy has some things he wants to say. Fix connecting to server, which yes, is something that people have talked a lot about, and no, I was wrong. This is also something they have said that they have made changes to in the patch, and they have made tests in America or something, and they're like, oh, it's highly successful, this change we've made, so maybe they've finally fixed that problem. A lot of people also asking for nerf throws. I'm wrong again. They also said that the window for breaking throws is going to be increased so that, not that you can do it on reaction, but, it's not as easy to mess up the throw tech. Yeah, they're pretty OP. And I have a feeling like they're going to get touched somehow. What does this person say? Change the art style of lobbies. Okay, I do not care about the art style. I just care about the lobbies sucking. And I'm pretty sure they have said that they are not changing the lobbies in this patch. Which did make me cry for a few hours, but you gotta get over things sometimes. Well, I'll just keep my fingers crossed. I don't know, I'll keep my toes crossed as well, because there's nothing I hate more than a crappy matchmaking system that makes the game so much worse. The gameplay is so fun, but actually getting a game makes me want to cry. Remove Leah from the game. Yep, okay. So it seems like people have pretty valid points. Yep, okay. Let's move on to see some maybe more character-specific things we're asking for, but that gives us a pretty good idea of what overall patches and changes to the general game people are wanting to see. Okay, and something else people say that they want changed quite a lot is they want throw with PRC to be removed or changed somehow. I've heard quite a lot of people actually mention this, like the likes of Kizzy K and such, because a lot of people think that when you whiff a throw and PRC it into an air throw, because, someone jumps away for your throw or something, or even you just make your throw safe and go for more pressure, people think it's a bit overpowered and kind of autopilot and brain dead, because you can just do your throw, like, oh, it missed, PRC, it's still my turn, and it kind of removes the downside of the throws, which are already pretty overpowered in this game, so I see why people want that. This person also has a good point about Souls 5k getting changed, and something that I've heard mentioned from the developers' backyard is that they are indeed, as this person says, thinking about reworking some of the characters' fastest moves that are, for example, a 3-frame 5k, but I think that also includes some characters maybe that don't have extremely fastest moves, like Faust, who I believe his 5p is 6 frames. So I think, you know, things like Soul's 5K and Faust's 5P are going to be reworked to become a little bit more normalized to help Faust and not make Soul's 3-frame moves so freaking 3 frames. Also, this is something that has been said quite a lot, and it's to do with jump cancelable moves. So more options on the ground are going to be jump cancelable, because at the moment everyone has their close slash and 5K cancelable into a jump, but apparently they're thinking about changing some more jump options and also air dash cancelable moves. So most characters only have like 1 or 2 of their air buttons that they can actually cancel into an air dash or jump cancel. So they're thinking of changing those around, and which is cool. It gives you more air options, giving you more option for your double overheads, like when Milia does her jump heavy slash dash up, jump heavy slash. A lot of characters can't really do that. Like for example, Anji, he can't jump cancel or dash cancel his heavy slash. So maybe giving characters more options like that will make it a lot more fun, and I do really agree with that. He also says doesn't really care he doesn't really care about the increased buffer time, and I don't think the developers backyard actually said the throw tech is double on reaction. They just said it would have a few more frames so that you don't screw it up as much. And also with FD, he thinks the FD changes will be good if it uses a little less meter, because it'll make it a bit more accessible, and then you can use it without worrying about spending all your meter on just a block.